It's official. There'll be no third term for President Trump. Hi, I'm Philip Blumel. I'm president of U.S. Term Limits and also the host of the bi-weekly audio podcast, No Uncertain Terms. You can find this podcast at Spotify, Apple, wherever you get your podcasts, or you can get it at termlimits.com. President Trump was awarded the top story of this week's No Uncertain Terms, number 274, published on November 11th. After dropping hints over the last several weeks, months, and allowing his detractors and his supporters to go crazy, he finally admitted, while on Air Force One en route to South Korea on October 29th, that he did not intend to run for a third term, and finally admitted that, well, the Constitution doesn't permit it. Now, we would have been going crazy, too, at U.S. Term Limits if we believed that the president was serious about challenging the 22nd Amendment. We think he was just trolling, and so we were rather sedate about the whole thing. But believe me, we would have been raising hell if we thought he was serious. The thing is that the language of the Constitution of the 22nd Amendment, which limited the terms of the president, is so clear, so simple, and we do not believe that it was in any danger of being repealed. Now, true, there was at least an apparent effort to do so. Representative Andy Ogles of Tennessee actually introduced a bill in January that would allow the president to run for a third term. It got a lot of press, but it didn't get any co-sponsors. Not one. It was just for show. On the other hand, in contrast, HJR 12, which is the House bill calling for congressional term limits, has 104 co-sponsors. And not trusting the Congress to get the job done, 12 states have already called for an amendment writing convention under Article 5 of the U.S. Constitution that would be limited to the subject of congressional term limits. So it's pretty clear where the momentum is, and it's on imposing term limits, not on abolishing them. Also on this latest issue or episode of No Uncertain Terms, we cover the resignation of Nancy Pelosi, a long-term poster child for term limits, who at age 85 has opposed term limits for her entire life, her entire career. But I guess those two things are the same. Anyway, we also share on this episode the tragic story of yet another member of Congress who is suffering a very public way with their dementia. 88-year-old Eleanor Holmes Norton, the elected but non-voting representative of Washington, D.C., was a victim of a financial scam that was aimed at the elderly, and it got into the news and really showed her situation clearly. These are only three of the stories that are covered in this week's episode of No Uncertain Terms. You'll be astounded at the progress the termless movement is making. So I hope you'll tune in and be part of it. Sign the citizen petition at termlimits.com. Let's hit the reset button on the U.S. Congress. Thanks.